Hi everyone, my name's Adam McKenzie and I am the creator of the amazing female-only online training program called Strong and Sexy. And one of the questions that I often get asked is, how do I build lean muscle? And we're now starting to understand what some of the benefits are of lean muscle when it comes to fat loss and getting in great shape. But what are the best ways to actually approach building lean muscle mass, and how can you go about making sure that what you're doing is helping you? And these are just my top tips to be able to build lean muscle mass and to make sure that you're achieving the results that you want. First one here, and if you're a female, I don't want to generalize too much here, but when it comes to heavy weights, there's often a lot of fears or concerns being a female and lifting heavy weights. You might be scared of, am I going to get big if I lift heavy weights, or I can't lift heavy weights, it's not for me, that's a boy's thing. And I'm only saying this because I've heard it many times over the last 15 years of being in the industry. And what I can tell you is not only are they going to give you the best results, but you're going to feel amazing and empowered and confident and strong when you're going to be able to lift more heavy weights. And the best part about lifting heavy weights is the fact that you are going to build more lean muscle mass from lifting heavy weights, rather than if you stay on the same weights and you're getting the same repetitions out all the time, which we're going to talk about, you're going to end up with the same results, okay? Which leads us to our second one here, and why this is so important. You need to beat your sets and your reps. So when you're approaching your weight training sessions, and hopefully if you're with a trainer, they're at least doing this for you, is that, recording what you're doing, and they're making sure that when you come and do your workout and you're coming to do that next session, that whatever you achieved last time, you're going to beat this time. So if you got 10 repetitions last time, this time you're going to go for 12, okay? All depending on what your goal is. If you got 2 sets out at, let's say, between 12 to 15 repetitions, and you were able to achieve 15 for the first 2 sets, but the last set you couldn't even get 8. You were too tired and too fatigued. Next time you come back, your mission is to beat 8 on that third set. Therefore, you've improved. I don't mind if it's even by 1 repetition, or if you only get 8 again. Your focus and your goal is to beat it. All right, that way every session you're working on improving yourself, you're working on growing, you're working on moving forward and achieving better results, which is the main focus of why you're here. You want results, but often we forget about how to approach it. And I just want to turn up and do what I've been told to do. But if you do that and it's always the same, and you're bringing the same level of intensity, achieving the same reps and the same sets, you're never going to achieve everything that you want to. So just keep that in mind when you're approaching your sessions. Next thing here is you want to track everything, okay? There's no point in trying to beat your sets and your reps and increasing your weights if you're not tracking it. And if you are working with a trainer, make sure they're tracking it. Make sure they know what weights that you're on, what your PBs are and everything, how many sets and reps you got last time, so that you're able to beat it. All right, and a big part of our Strong and Sexy program is we give you an online, weight training program, so you can actually record what you do every single session. So you're gonna know what you did last time, you're gonna know what you need to beat this time. You're gonna be able to track the entire thing, which is exactly what we want for you. So when you're on your own and you're following a program, or you've got a program now that you're going to start to follow, make sure you track everything, okay? That way you know what your focus is, you know what you need to beat every time that you come into the session. And it's the same thing with your food, which leads us to the next one here. Make sure that you eat enough protein, okay? And there's lots of arguments out there. Do I need protein shakes? Do I not need protein shakes? What's the benefit of having more protein? Well, the main benefit of more protein is it's going to help, your muscles regenerate. When you weight train and you tear some of those muscle fibers, you want to replenish those muscles with protein, which is what's stored in our muscles. So we want to replenish that, which is what protein is going to do for you. Now, the reason why protein shakes are so popular is, 1, it's an easy way of getting protein, but 2, it's a really easy way of getting enough protein into your body without the fat and the carbohydrates, and being able to control the calories, okay? For you to be able to eat the same amount of protein that you'll get from a couple of shakes a day is hard. That sometimes can be anywhere between 2 to 3 extra chicken breasts a day. And then what do you eat that with? And how do you make sure that you're keeping your fat, your calories and your carbs down? So That's why I like protein shakes, because they're time efficient. You can take them with you anywhere. They're quickly digested within your system depending on which type of protein you get, which I'm not going to discuss now, but for the general person, you don't even need to worry about it, okay? The main thing you need to worry about with your protein is just making sure it's got a good amount of protein per serve and it's not high in sugar, fat, and carbs, okay? And if you do that, you'll always be, in a good position. So again, make sure that you're doing all of these things. If your goal is to build lean muscle mass, there's no point in training hard if you're not replenishing that muscle, or you're not eating well, or you're not tracking everything, so you don't even know how you're going. So a big part about what we do with our Strong and Sexy program is we give you tools to do each one of these. We teach you exactly how to do it, how to approach each session. We give you the tracking tools, and we even give you all the recipes, the food, and the ability to track that as well. So if you're in a position now where you want great results, you want to move forward, and you want to achieve everything you do that you want in your life for your health, your body, and your self-esteem, make sure you head over to strongnsexy.com and have a look at what we've been able to do for women all around the world. And let's get you started on a transformation journey towards everything that you want.